Okay, so I decided nah. I decided to show you all this picture mainly because it makes me ship Zago and Sunday a lot. It's just awesome. And yeah. So I have water with me. So I don't think I'll be clearing my throat as much. So just be glad. Oh, Sunday Zago. And dang it, I forgot to. Dang it. Hold on. We're about to start. I forgot to do something because I'm stupid. Oh my gosh, I didn't even pull the string. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Don't ask. I just wasted an entire minute doing absolutely nothing. And anyway, I'm going to show you this other picture. It's been... Yeah, see? Awesome. You shouldn't have done that. You really shouldn't have. And yes, I am holding my phone as a camera. Skipping author note. Okay. Okay, hold on. Chapter 4. I searched through my games. I didn't feel like playing most of them. I kept going through them one by one until I found the new Call of Duty that I had traded Majora's Mask for. I decided to play it and at least get to where I had last left off. I slipped the disc into the system and waited for it to open up. As soon as it did, I started playing. About 5 minutes into the game, it started to go a little funny. Then it went completely black. No! I yelled. Not another one! What's with these Call of Duty games? No sooner had I said that, I saw something appear on the screen. It was Ben, but he looked slightly more creepy than he did when I saw him through his webcam. I expected him to yell, say some hurtful things, and then just kill me. But he just stood there, in the screen, giving me an I know what you did, but that was kind of impressive look. I stood up, staring back at him. I wasn't sure if he could hear me, so I said nothing. I don't know what to say anyway, and I guess I can't read people's minds through screens. You're the one who hacked my computer, he said, more of a statement than a question. I didn't know what to say, and my feet seemed like the most interesting thing in the world right now. I didn't know it was yours, I added. He raised his eyebrows and gave a slight smile. But it is difficult to manage to get into my computer. You're pretty good. My eyes looked up from my shoes into his red orbs. I thought you only appeared through Majora's Mask, I said, ignoring his last comment. I did, but you returned it, so I had to find another way, he said, his voice making my heart beat faster with every word he spoke. How did you know I traded it in? I asked. He gave a cackle, followed by a slight shrug. Okay, I said. Look, if I bothered you, then I'm sorry. I was hacking random computers and it just happened to be yours. I won't do it again. Now, do you mind so I can continue my game now? I was trying to sound polite as I could, but I wasn't doing a very good job. He pretended to look behind him. Fine, but I'll still be in touch, and don't even think of beating my high score. He had a grin on his face, then the screen went back to normal. I exhaled softly. I couldn't care less about his high score, but I was relieved that he didn't want to kill me. You don't have to be that word. Ah! Oh my god! No! No! Stop being lazy and get off your butt! Shut up! No. Ow! I'm so sorry. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Your face wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh my god. You didn't have to be He wasn't trying to scare me as much as his victims, but I wasn't scared anyway. What? Lucky that he was impressed by my hacking abilities. and something told me he knew about the other abilities as well. I sat back down on the bedroom floor, processing what he had told me. I'll still be in touch. What? He was gonna pop into my other video games? No way. All I wanted was a bit of game time. I'm sure he could understand that, being the being the video game freak he is. I stood up again and exited my bedroom. I felt like putting some distance between my TV and me. What? Lena, I called from the other side of the door. Come on in, Sky, I heard her say. I slowly pushed the door open and peered through. She had taken off her headphones and was waiting for me to sit next to her. She patted the seat beside her, and I sat, my mind somewhere else completely. She must have noticed my expression. Sky, she said, what's going on? You've been acting really weird lately. I sighed and told her the whole story about the telepathy, Ben, Majora's Mask, telekinesis, and everything else. She watched me speak like I was insane. But, how? She stuttered. I don't know, I said. Please, Lena, you have to believe me. Maybe I should tell her. She has the right to know. Lena's voice spoke inside my head. I raised my eyebrows. Have the right to know what? Her eyes already widened. What? Her already wide eyes widened even more. You can read minds. Well, there's a dude thing. Oh my god. I'm sorry. There's a reason you can do these things, Sky, she began. It was a long time ago, but our mother, she's one of them. Well, that explained a lot. My mother? A creepypasta? What about Dad? I asked. She shook her head. He's not our real father. He's our stepfather. So, who's our real father? I asked. I don't know, she said, tears forming in her eyes. Mom told me she'd tell me when I was older, but she died, so. But then how come you can't do these things like I can do? What? I asked. I thought maybe I was asking too many questions, but I needed to know. My family was totally messed up. She shrugged. I guess I just didn't inherit that stuff. I'm not too sad about it, though. Dad was creepypasta, too. You inherited all of it. What else can I do? I asked. I'm not sure. We know you can read minds, move things. I can tell you that you can teleport. Mom was good with force fields as well. That is so cool, I said. Yeah, she said, smiling. There's one more thing, Sky. Have you ever seen yourself cry? I think back. Actually, I've never really seen my face while I cry. And I never cried too often. It was strange with such a father. I cried, of course, but not too often. And I've never seen my tears. No, I answered. But why? What's wrong with my crying? She waved it off. Oh, it's nothing. You'll know soon enough. Now go away. I need to get ready. I'm going to meet some friends. Okay, I said, shuffling off the bed. Have fun, I smirked. You. She shoved me slightly, causing me to giggle. As I turned to leave, she grabbed my arm. And, Sky, I turned around, waiting for her to say what she had to say. Ben won't hurt you. I'm sorry, this video is longer than I expected. I closed my eyes tightly as I reached for the tiny flame. The candle was so small, but it was the only one I could find. I opened my eyes and forced my finger into the flame. I removed my hand, taking the heat with me. The candle was now stripped of the flame, which is now resting on my finger. I stared at it, surprised I wasn't being burned. But I guess it was another thing I had inherited. I turned my hand around, watching the flame move from the tip of one finger to another. I loved doing that. It was calming. The flame felt soft. I couldn't explain it. It was weightless, yet it felt comforting, hugging onto my finger like it did. I smiled and blew it out, leaving me lying in bed, watching the trees cast shadows onto my walls. 3 months later. It had been months since I'd seen Ben, and I think we both heard the news at the same time. That I was one of his own kind. That also, I concluded, my father could have been a murderer, and that I was, in fact, immortal. It scared me at first, but I got used to it. I hadn't seen Ben since he popped up in my Call of Duty game, and I admit I was disappointed that, even though he said to keep in touch, he didn't. I was thinking about it when I almost crashed into my front door. It had been 5 weeks since my stepfather died. He had a liver problem. Me and Lena both knew the alcohol would lead him to his death, but we moved on easily. Me and Lena now had the house to ourselves, and, luckily, a huge inheritance from our parents and stepfather. Lena had a job as well, and I had a part-time one at a store. Chaz was also helping out, giving us money every month, along with our grandparents, who gave us money, and also left us a fortune in their will. I took out my keys and entered the house, leaving my bag on the couch in the living room. I opened the fridge, looking for some leftovers to nibble on, when I noticed something on the table, a video game, a familiar video game. I picked it up and read the front. Lena definitely didn't give me this game, but someone had to have left it. Majora's Mask. I gasped, knowing this was a bad habit. I had to stop. Lena knew exactly why I didn't want Majora's Mask at the time, and as much as I missed Ben, for some reason I forgot all about the game. I picked up the game happily. It was fully wrapped, just like the day I traded it in. I shut upstairs to my bedroom and slipped it inside the game system. Not really to my surprise, I found Ben's save file. I decided to press it. The game started, but it didn't play. I just made the character stand still. I didn't want to play. It was Ben I wanted to talk to. I waited for something to happen. It usually did happen when you want to play the actual game. But when I wanted to see Ben, no! The game works fine! Finally, I couldn't take any more waiting. Ben, I called softly. The screen remained the same. I shrugged and picked up the controller, starting to play. Okay, fine. I heard a familiar voice as the screen started to go black, with his appearance on the screen again. Before I could say anything, the figure that was staring at me from the TV screen a moment ago was right in front of me, our faces inches apart. Ben took hold of my hand softly, and before I could ask what he was doing, I found myself being transported to another place completely. I found us both standing in the woods, my stomach a little nauseous since it was my first time traveling in that, odd manner. Sky, Ben began, you're one of us, so I think it's time you meet the rest of the family. Again, only if you want to. Like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. You get the picture. Thank you for watching.